There used to be a deck prism right here, and if you have restored a boat before, you know that deck prisms are usually one of the first places that that things fail. Aside from the poop deck, this was the most rotten part of the boat. So I think it was last winter, or maybe around this time a year ago, I had these beams completely ripped out, this huge chunk of deck completely ripped out, and I was rebuilding. So the structure here is really nice and strong now. However, there's still quite a lot of rot, and when the latest rain happened, still quite a lot of water getting in. So I was really unhappy with that, and I've got a tarp now, but there's an intense wind coming, and the tarp and the wind aren't the best combo, although this one's pretty good. It's fine, whatever. It's still not a permanent solution. I do need this rot sorted. So I decided I would recaulk some of these seams, and I've already done that, and it's still leaking. I've rebedded everything around here and filled it with epoxy and dug out little holes I could find here and there, and it's still leaking. So now we're at the doorway for the propane locker slash all of these forward lazarette space here. There's little tiny gaps around the door that water could have got in, and the door itself is kind of rotten, and as you can see, all the plywood that supported it is all quite rotten. But that stops up here. So the top side here is stable, but as soon as you come around the side, it's completely rotten. So I'll do a little excavation. We're gonna fix this door, but I think if I can get this to seal and not let any rainwater in, then maybe I can finally stop my galley from dripping. Five generations, you gotta go. Yeah, you're still recording. with the forward locker and all the rot situation there, I've been dealing with the scuppers, and they're an interesting problem because not any of my sanders really fit in there well. I've been using the detail sander and then of course my custom little splooge plastic scrapers that I've cut to shape just to fit these things specifically. It's taking way long. I started by not filming it because I figured, oh, I'll just do it really quickly, and then I'm on day 5 of scuppers and I haven't filmed anything. And yeah, it is a huge pain in the arse. I did not expect it to be this challenging. But anyway, hopefully that's the last time I do splooge on it. I gotta go sand it again next time we have a sunny day, but today's the last of the sunny days for a few days, so this is as far as it's getting right now. And this is where we're at on that forward lazarette. Very solid, very watertight, but not finished. Of course, the original propane hatch that I had here leaked like a sieve. And part of that is because you can't really tell from the angle you're at, but this is not exactly a 90 degree. It's cantered out just slightly, and that means that all the water is going to run down it the entire way. There's no dripping over it. There's not a single dry piece on here. So any piece that has any crack in the caulking or any wind that's adverse in any other way is going to force water into here and rot it out. And of course that's fresh water from the clouds, from rain. So instead of using the original louvered one, which is this design here, which is okay, definitely leaves a lot of room for water to get in, we're going to use this, which is the hatch that was on top of my pilot house. So we're not going to use this hatch in the pilot house anymore, and it's a perfectly good watertight sealing hatch with latches on it. And instead of putting it on the pilot house, I'm just going to stick it right here. Does it match the look of the pilot house? Not really, but it is big enough to fit a propane tank through, and it locks up nice and watertight. Unfortunately, there's no handles on the outside. They're all on the inside here, but I can reach that through the hatch over here, so they'll just make do for now. These are like $900, and I don't feel like buying another one right now. So this is a Bomar hatch, and I'm just going to reuse it instead of throwing it out or putting it up on Marketplace. Alright, it might not look like much inside, but look at that. Nice and dry. It's the first time in a long time. That being said, all of my work, 5 days of sanding and epoxying those scuppers, didn't do the trick. We still have some leaks, so still got some work to do there. I am tired of sanding and epoxying, so we're gonna go for a dive, and this one's a little bit spicy. We're gonna hit Gabriela Pass, which hits up to 8 knots of current. So in order to hit it at slack, we have to hit it at night. A night dive in a high current area. Let's go.